What's it like to camp in an environment where the temperature plunges to -30 degrees Celsius? Outside the window, a fierce blizzard raged on, but inside her tent, Xiaomei was relaxing by the fire with her dog, enjoying a hearty meal. The harsh cold was no match for the warmth and comfort she had created. Having already achieved her dream of freedom on the open road, Xiaomei drove her beloved car to the snow-covered northern wilderness. The snow-blanketed landscape was breathtaking, but there was no time to admire it. She had work to do. From the back of her car, she pulled out her newly purchased tent and laid out the ground mat. With firm hands, she drove in the ground nails to secure it, ensuring it wouldn't budge in the howling wind. Within minutes, snow had already blanketed the mat, a clear sign of the heavy snowfall. With a few swift sweeps, she cleared it off and prepared to set up the tent. Luckily, she had brought an electric air pump. With just a press of a button, the tent inflated and took shape before her eyes. Once again, she reinforced it with ground nails. Out here, the wind showed no mercy. Despite the freezing temperatures and the swirling snow, Xiaomei pressed on. She stepped inside the tent, rolled up the blackout curtains, letting light brighten the interior. Just as she was about to bring in her luggage, a sudden gust of wind swept up a blizzard. She quickly moved her car in front of the tent as a windbreak. In the short time it took, snow had already crept into the tent. Carefully, she cleared it all away before laying down a warm wool felt mat, essential for her dog's paws to stay warm. Once the floor was prepared, Xiaomei began moving in her supplies. First came the inflatable Simmons mattress, followed by a soft blanket. An electric blanket was a must-have for someone like her, who was particularly sensitive to the cold. Finally, she piled on a fluffy wool quilt and pillows. Her warm nest was ready. She assembled a folding table and arranged her daily essentials, adding a cozy, home-like touch to the space. Knowing that the night would bring even colder temperatures, she set up a stove for warmth. She carefully connected the exhaust pipe to ensure proper ventilation. Safety was always a priority. With everything in place, she carried her dog inside. Together, they finally began to relax, soaking in the warmth and tranquility of their snowy retreat. In the afternoon, Xiaomei boiled purified water on the stove and made herself a cup of instant Americano coffee. The rich aroma mixed with the warmth of the tent was sheer bliss. Paired with a few snacks, it was the envy of any workhorse stuck in an office. Despite the isolation, with only her dog by her side, she didn't feel lonely. Nature's embrace brought a sense of peace and freedom she had never felt before. As night fell, the snowstorm intensified. Xiaomei set up 2 camping lights outside, illuminating the area and adding a sense of security. She closed the tent and started her simple dinner. Afterward, with time to kill and no TV to watch, she built a small, biscuit house with her snacks, turning boredom into creativity. The snow continued relentlessly. Worried that the stove alone might not be enough, Xiaomei retrieved an electric heater from the car for extra warmth. Finally, she snuggled up in her cozy bed and drifted into a peaceful sleep. By morning, the storm had not eased. Strong winds howled outside as Xiaomei peeked out of the tent. The snow was piled high, but she chose to stay inside, cuddling her dog by the fire, waiting for the weather to calm. When the snow finally let up, she quickly grabbed her shovel and cleared the snow around the tent. Heavy snow accumulation could collapse the tent or damage her equipment, so she worked swiftly to prevent any issues. After securing everything, she prepared a simple breakfast, 2 steaming red bean buns and another hot cup of coffee. It wasn't extravagant, but it was warm and filling. Given the unpredictable weather, Xiaomei decided it was best to cut the trip short. She swiftly cleaned the tent, released the air with a soda can opener trick she had mastered, and began folding it up. The process was tricky, but her experience paid off. Soon, everything was packed neatly into her car. With her gear loaded and her dog safely buckled in, Xiaomei left the snow-covered wilderness, ready to seek her next camping adventure. So, what do you think? Does this kind of camping life call to you?